Hello, welcome back everyone. My name is Stephanie with Vintage Freak 32, and we are going to dive into another fun Christmas craft. So I have picked up this paper box from the Dollar Tree. It is just a brown paper decoupaged box, and we are going to paint it with our Mossy Meadow folk art matte paint. I'm going to paint the whole thing. And then I have my IOD transfers, and we are going to put this transfer on the outside to kind of make it look like a box tin, what have you. So IOD transfers are super easy to use. They're basically like a big sticker, and they have one side where you peel it off, and that back side is a little tacky, and so you stick it where you want. It's got the grid so you can make sure it's straight. And then every pack comes with these sticks, these rubbing sticks, and you rub over that plastic until the plastic lifts off your image and leaves behind your image onto whatever it is you are trying to rub it onto. So we do that across the entire image, and then I go back over with that plastic and just make sure all the edges are sealed down. And then we are going to distress this a little bit with a sanding block. The sanding block is kind of my tried and true. It's from the Dollar Tree. Works great. You can buy replacement blocks there and keep the handle. So we've distressed that a little bit, and that distressed the image as well to make it look aged. And then we are going to go in again with our antiquing wax from Folk Art and do the entire thing and wipe it back. And this is just going to give our box that aged, decrepit look, like it's been sitting around someone's house for 45 years. So once I wiped all that back down, and I'll show you the difference between this and the lid that hasn't been distressed yet, but we are going to do both the lid and the base, the bottom, this part right here that I'm talking about. And I didn't paint, so you can see the difference on how that antiquing wax really makes it aged up for you. So I didn't paint the insides of these because I knew that I was going to be filling it up with to make a vignette or assemblage, so there was no point in wasting that paint for the inside if you're not going to even see it. The lid, I had different ideas for the lid and what I was going to do with it, but I ultimately ended up landing on it being under the box, as you'll see here in a moment. And what I'll do is, so I was kind of playing around with keeping the lid on and just putting the assemblage on top of the box, but then I went with putting it underneath, and I really did like how this looked better. So we are just going to hot glue it in place. I was going to originally put like a disc of paper in there to like keep it, but I was like, no, we're just going to keep this simple. We don't need to add any more bulk or weight to this item, because we're going to be filling it up anyway. So there is a seam on the paper box, so I had to make sure that I was conscious of that, and that the seam was in the back and not so that you didn't have a seam in the front of the box, if that makes sense. So now I've changed the angle of my camera a little bit so that you guys can see me fill this up from this angle versus a bird's eye view. So I have floral foam, again, from Dollar Tree. You know, you can also pick these up at Hobby Lobby. I think Hobby Lobby actually has a better deal. You can get like 8 blocks in a thing for like, I think less than $1 a block. So, but you get whatever's convenient or near you. And then I also have these pine leaves from Hobby Lobby, and this Santa is just a vintage plastic Santa. And these right here are these are so good. These are vintage antique candle Christmas tree reflectors, and I have the paper ones, and these are metal. So I'm actually going to combine two together. I wasn't sure if I wanted the red or the white. As you see in the picture, I do end up going with the red, and they have these little prongs that would hold the candle in place. So I put that over, it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing, and then I bend those little lips around the red one, and those hold them together perfectly. And then I lifted up the little reflectors. So the idea of this is that you would have your candle in here, or even a light, a Christmas light, and it would reflect off of all that metal in there. So now we're going to just start filling up our our assemblage. And there's no rules here. It's doing what speaks to you, how you want it to look, what you like, what you don't like. And all of this is changeable. Like there was one point I actually did almost contemplate pulling out the foliage in the back, and I made it work because right now it's kind of a hot mess. And assemblage making does kind of always look like a hot mess at first, but then it's how you like trim it up and get all the pieces together that really kind of solidifies and makes it come together in the end. So just, that's why I encourage you guys to really just go with what's speaking to you. I have this, it's basically like spools of little cotton balls that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I just put that down as my snow, and then I'm hot gluing the little star reflector. I thought about having it upright in the back, but I thought it would be cuter if Santa was standing in the middle of it. So we are going to hot glue him. And again, he's just like a hollow plastic vintage. And I didn't repaint him or anything. I like his little rustic worn look because he is vintage. He's old and he's been around the block. So he's weathered. So we have to add in some bottle brush trees. And this is just the fun part. He's just sticking things in places, creating this little vignette around Santa. Like he is just stepping out into the fresh snow, ready to go hand out some presents for the night. I don't know, what have you. So I put a bottle brush tree on each side, and then you'll see I'll pull in some other little knickknacks. I think I add a little mushroom, and then I have a fun little stardust pick that is red that just worked out perfectly. This cutie right here, and that's a mercury bead in the middle of that little stardust. So I try to keep it simple and not overfill this too much, because I wanted Santa to be the focal point, and sometimes if you just get too heavy-handed, it just looks very cluttered, which is an aesthetic too. Don't get me wrong, I like the cluttered look too when it's just like jam-packed with stuff, but I really wanted Santa to be the star, so I didn't want to overpower it. So I ended up adding this little sticky tack bow. I was going to hot glue it on there, but the back of these bows, and these came from Hobby Lobby as well, have these super duper adhesive tabs on the back. It's not going anywhere. That thing is stuck on there because I almost changed my mind. I was going to pull it off and I was like, well, it's not going anywhere. I guess we're here. So this is the final look. And if you saw my previous video, I have all my other crafts I've done this week around it, and I just think they all look so cute together. I really enjoyed this, and these are all available in my Etsy shop. Everything you see here, the assemblage, the slate chalkboard, and the bottle brush trees. But that's it for this one, you guys. Don't worry, I've got a lot more Christmas coming, so stay tuned, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!